Framework agreements are a well-known avenue for organisations to win new work in the public sector, but less well-known are their closely related cousins, the dynamic purchasing system. But what even are DPSs? I'm James from Tussell, and today I'm going to whip through everything you need to know about dynamic purchasing systems. First and foremost, dynamic purchasing systems, or DPSs, are tools created by contracting authorities to help streamline the process of awarding new contracts in the public sector. Instead of having to undergo a full procurement process when awarding a contract, the contracting authority can instead call on the suppliers on the DPS or parts of a DPS to bid on the tender. Unlike frameworks, however, you can join a DPS at any time. You're not going to be locked out from any opportunities if you don't apply for the DPS on time. Furthermore, since reforms to the public contract regulations of 2015, DPSs no longer have a default lifespan of 4 years. And finally, contracting authorities are unable to award work directly via DPSs. All opportunities must be competitive, unlike under most frameworks where some work can still be awarded directly. For contracting authorities, establishing a DPS possesses a number of distinct advantages compared with setting up a framework. DPSs provide a greater level of flexibility compared to standard frameworks, as suppliers can join them at any time and their default lifespan isn't set to 4 years. By being more flexible, DPSs can also help stimulate local markets, and they can also encourage smaller suppliers like SMEs to apply. So on the surface, DPSs sound like a pretty sweet deal, as they offer a number of distinct advantages compared with standard framework agreements. By remaining open to new suppliers throughout their lifetime, DPSs aren't locking out potential suppliers from opportunities. With DPSs, you don't need to worry about applying for them before their application deadline and fear being locked out of work for potentially many years. The process of joining a DPS is also theoretically simpler than joining a normal framework agreement, as all the application process is done digitally. Both of these qualities make DPSs generally more accessible to SMEs and new startups, as they can be joined at any time and aren't as resource intensive to join. This is why contracting authorities tend to favour establishing DPSs when seeking locally based suppliers for routine off-the-shelf products and services, rather than turning to national providers or national frameworks. Getting well acquainted and applying for DPSs is also quite a timely endeavour. Data from Tussell's market intelligence platform shows that both the volume and the value of call-off contracts awarded via DPSs has climbed year on year since 2016. In 2020 alone, at least £790 million worth of contracts were awarded via dynamic purchasing systems. On the flip side, the advantages of DPSs can also serve as some of their drawbacks. One of the disadvantages is that as suppliers can join DPSs at any time, you can never be entirely sure what the pool of competition for a given tender is going to look like when it comes out. This may hinder your ability to curate your bid against what other known suppliers might be offering. On frameworks, by contrast, you know exactly on day one who your pool of competition for a tender is going to be. This competition is amplified by the fact that contracting authorities can't directly award contracts via DPSs. You'll have to compete for every single opportunity that comes about through DPS. More fundamentally, a drawback of both DPSs and frameworks alike is that they don't represent guaranteed work. Though getting onto either a DPS or a framework can make you feel like work is just around the corner, you still need to put the effort in and write curated bids for each opportunity. DPSs and frameworks facilitate getting work in the public sector, but they never guarantee work in the public sector. If you're looking to expand your business in the public sector, it's now well worth time to understand the intricacies, drawbacks and advantages of dynamic purchasing systems. Contracting authorities are turning more and more to DPSs to award new work in the public sector, so getting up to speed on this critical procurement tool is more important than ever. If you want to cement your understanding, we recommend you read the Crown Commercial Services guidance document on DPSs, which contains an extensive Q&A section at the end to answer any technical questions you might have. Once you're clued up on frameworks and DPSs, you need to know which ones are actually being used by contracting authorities today to award new work. To do so, you can harness Tussell's market intelligence platform. With Tussell, you can identify, compare and analyse frameworks and DPSs from across the public sector, helping you to identify the ones your accounts are actually using to award new work and stopping you wasting time on applying for frameworks and DPSs they're not even using. That's all for today. We hope you found this explainer useful. If you want to keep up to date with all of our latest how-to guides, analysis and whatnot, give us a follow on our LinkedIn, Twitter and YouTube. If you have any questions about today's topic or want to learn more about Tussell's market intelligence platform, do drop us a message on contact@tussell.com. I've been James and I'll see you next time.